Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Inners. It's a Monday, which means we're reviewing another starship from the Steam Workshop. Today with me I have one of the most excitable and easily known ships from December, the Mega Class Star Dreadnought, or Mega Class Star Destroyer, or just Snoke Star Destroyer in general. Yes, this is the massive, almost weirdly looking Star Destroyer from Star Wars The Last Jedi in December. We finally got it here in Space Engineers and we're going to explore it today. Now, a few things to note about this build. A, it's built by Xanax, one of my patrons on my Discord server. If you want to become a patron, click the link down below, same as if you want to join my Discord server. Now, he posted this to me the other day and go, Jack, I built this, please do a review. Yeah, sure. Everyone's going to want a Mega Class Star Destroyer. I know you guys have been asking to see one for a while, so we're going to take a look. Now this build here is a 1:88 scale, meaning it's not as large as the actual Mega Class Star Destroyer, because that is 60 kilometers in width and will probably crash the game if we loaded it in. So, obviously the one we see in the film is called the Supremacy. It's Supreme Leader Snoke's personal flagship. This Mega Class Star Dreadnought can wipe out anything in swift strokes, or one can hope for, which is pretty cool. So we're going to take a look around it today and see what it's got on offer. Like I said, it's not size accurate, that's the only downside, but you can't really ask for much more in space at this point in time. It captures aesthetic details quite well. For instance, we've got a sort of like city-like structure here. On the Mega Class Star Destroyer, this is where most of the people live, and sort of like all the barracks, medical facilities, all the just general things that you'd find on the Star Destroyer are in this city-like structure here. For the Super Star Destroyer, the Executor had quite a few of these. We also do have a bridge of a starship up here. We'll take a look inside it in a minute. We'll also have the Snoke's throne room right at the top there. Obviously, it doesn't have the red curtains as we saw in The Last Jedi, but you can know why it's there anyway, which is pretty good. This ship is armed with cannons to the teeth. Look at all these weapons on it. Tons of turbo lasers, these optical turrets as well, which you commonly find on Imperial Star Destroyers. Yeah, I think in a minute we might try and test a ship against this and see if it can be wiped out, because it would be quite cool. Now, Xanax has captured this perfectly because you can capture the sloping of a Star Destroyer going up here. You have different multiple armor levels, essentially building up sort of almost pyramid scheme, essentially, which is quite cool. On the bottom side, we have a couple of hangar bays as well as more engines. We've got a ton of engines at the back, more of a city-like structure, and loads of hydrogen faucets as well. I've not tested the maneuverability of this ship yet. That's something we need to test in a momento. However, look at the amount of engines we have on it here. That's amazing. And I know one thing you guys are all going to ask me for to try and do in this involves the Raddus, Lightspeed, and this ship. We might attempt that in a different video, so if you'd like to see the Raddus going up against this, if we find one in the workshop, leave a like going on this video and we'll see what we can do. As there's not exactly much design detail on the outside, apart from these things like the rigid bits in here and the city-like, we're going to take a look inside. Now I'm going to start in Snoke's throne room here, so we're going to drop my character in here. Wahey. So obviously if you've seen The Last Jedi, you know exactly what Snoke's throne room looks like. You also know what it has a giant window as well. It's basically a curtain, there's not too many spoilers, which is really nice. Obviously Snoke would sit up here and go, I am the dark side, muhahaha. It's not exactly a line from there, but oh well. And also we've got the elevator down here with all the catwalks and things like that, and the nicely detailed stuff down there. It's very nice. It gives a lot more atmospheric to it. This is also that sort of one of those contraptions he had with torture devices, or the magnifying glass or something, wasn't it? I can't exactly remember now. And then there's just another thing over here, which I think it incinerated people or something. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But let's go down the elevator and take a look. Don't know how far this goes down. Well, hey, is this the bridge? I think this may be the main command bridge. Yeah, so this is the main command bridge where General Hux would sort of command everything from. He commanded a battle from here, stood there looking over things. It looks quite menacing. You've got quite a good view of the battlefield here, and it's well protected as well. Looking at Star Destroyers, I say this bridge is well protected, because if you look at the Executor, it fell due to the fact the bridge stuck out so badly. But here, it's going to be hard to take this down. She's got so many weapon emplacements on the actual tiered structure, which is interesting. The lighting is kept as normal, no sort of atmospheric lighting. I love a bit of red on the floor here to simulate, Snoke. He goes with red. He had that red curtain around his room, then he had that golden robe. The fine silk Snoke is into. We do have a floor plan script over here, which is quite nice. You can see if the ship sustains any damage, which is quite cool to have that. Buttons here as well. I don't know what these do. That just toggles block on and off. Oh dear. Let's keep that off. I think that turned on the floor plan. We'll keep it off. Also got this structure down here. These are like your command terminals where your officers will sit and go, sir, we're taking major damage. You've seen them in Star Wars before. They're pretty straightforward and cool. Nothing much over here. Now the lighting is a bit bugged, simply because it's got a little bug in SE at the minute. Can't do anything about that. Another LCD screen over here telling us information like damaged terminal blocks and stuff like that. That's really cool to have if you plan on taking us into battle. Is there anything behind here? This is just a random thing behind here. Okay. We seem to also have an airtight script on here as well, because all the doors are closing behind me, which is good. In this room here, we have a corridor. Alright, let's take a walk around. More lights on the ceiling here as we walk through. This should lead us to the hangar bays, I'm thinking. Probably going to get lost walking around a ship at this rate. It's quite a big starship anyway. Oh dear, we've got multiple ways we can go. Let's go through this way and see what we got. That's just someone's room. Okay, we've just entered in someone's room. I wonder if this has an engine room on it. Oh, hello, there's more corridors in here. Oh, this must be like a mess hall or something. That could be pretty interesting. Oh, it's like a firing range, I think it is. That's still pretty good. Then it's just a little control booth in there. Very nice. Awesome. Right, let's go through here. I think I read reactor room over here. Oh, this is a refinery and gravity ends. I think they said gravity ends here. So if a Star Destroyer is that big, you actually run out of gravity at one point. So a little bit more information about a Mega Class Star Destroyer or Supremacy in Hull. There's only one of it, which was the Supremacy. Obviously, we know what happened to that. But it's still quite cool because it's essentially the de facto home base of the First Order, which when you think about it is quite menacing and scary because they basically lived on this Supremacy flagship of Lord Snoke. They could repair the Star Destroyers on there. I'll show you guys outside now. If you look over here, it has these sort of alcoves here. Basically, Resurgent class Star Destroyers could dock with this. Now, what I'd like to see Xanax do is if he can make a Resurgent class size accurate to this build, obviously do it in small blocks. But basically, in the design of the Star Destroyer, was Resurgents could be docked here and they could be repaired. Essentially, this thing helps the First Order's fleet as a whole, which is quite good when you think about it. So we're currently over here in a hangar base where lots of TIE fighters launch out here and basically fly and invade the attackers. Now, the ship is the same on both sides. There's not much to do in these further sides here because I'll show you in spectator mode now. So if we go over here and walk through, there's not exactly much of it. It's mostly empty space with reactors and sort of blocks in general. We've got a few of these as well. These are decoy blocks to encourage turrets to shoot the wings rather than anything else. Lots of conveyor pipes piping us up here as well. More thrusters as well, pointing everything away from actually the centre of it here. So essentially you can take out the wings of this ship and it will still keep going because most of the central stuff is still kept in the middle. The decoy blocks also help enemy turrets or aid enemy turrets in firing at something else, not the command structure. Still quite good. Now the other side of this ship is completely different. Completely the same, so it's nothing too special there. Inside here we've got more engines and stuff like that. I'm just going to skip around. So this is one of the main engine rooms in here, so if we look here, the power core, limited access. Nothing much you can see now. We've got another door behind here as well. Oh, these are just hydrogen tanks. Okay, fair enough. Anything else we can see? Oh no, we're in the main engines now. Let's not go around here. Big ships like this always confuse me because there's so much to explore. More rooms in there, and I think it's a hangar bay here, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Exactly the same on the other side, nothing too special. That pretty much sums it up, which is a good point. And then we're into this section, back around, and we come to here. There we go. That's kind of a Supremacy in general, to be honest. It's obviously not a 2-scale ship. Then again, it would be kind of hard to actually get a 2-scale Supremacy in Space Engineers, but I know someone's probably going to try it very soon, or we're going to see bigger versions of this eventually. I mean, we've got the UNSC Infinity to size in it. I know that's definitely smaller than the Supremacy, but it'd still be quite nice to see other ships like it in spaces. I know I'm excited. Would you guys like to see a full-size Supremacy in Space Engineers? It would be amazing. So one thing we forgot to test is how fast this actually moves. So we see it here. We're going to step in here now. Oh, we can turn these on. Oh, nice. Okay, now they're on. We can also jump the ship as well. I might try that. So, speed-wise, it gets up to speed rather quickly when you think about it. Slowing down, it works quite well as well. Very nice. Rising, that takes a little longer. Going down, pretty nice. And it would be very hard to turn this. So it kind of only goes in one straight direction. But when you think about this ship, it is just immensely weird and looking. But, you know, this mega-class Star Destroyer, damn. Should we try jumping it, see how that looks? Engage, jump, drive. This is going to look really weird. Whoa. Obviously, that's not how hyperspace works in Star Wars, but you know, you get the point. Alright, everyone, we've kind of configured something kind of different now. So basically, I've put 5 Mon Calamari ships up here, and we're going to see how well the Supremacy sort of does against them. Now, the firepower on this ship is rather OP, so let's see how well we go. We've got our turbo lasers on. Let's press on. And let's just drift at that speed, and we're going to see how much firepower this ship actually deals out. I saw it a minute ago when I tried testing this, and it didn't go to plan. So let's just see. Steady she goes. Oh dear. Okay, it's ripping a new one already. That poor Mon Calamari ship did not stand a chance. All turbo lasers online. Okay, so the first Mon Calamari ship is down. That's been wiped out. That is some immense firepower we do have. And these are the big guns. We're slowly going into range. I'll let you guys watch this. Yeah, I think it's kind of got the message across. This is one powerful ship you really don't want to mess with. I wonder if we just do this a minute. Oh wow. That kind of sums that up, doesn't it? And now we'll sort of just glide over all the wreckage. I suppose we can do that without hitting anything, can't we? It's fine. We did just rip through part of the ship, but let's not talk about that. That was slightly embarrassing. But yes guys, this has been the Mega Class Star Destroyer, aka the Supremacy from Star Wars The Last Jedi. You can see here in space it is immensely OP, and I'd love to put this up against a smaller sort of similar fleet to see how well we can combat it, because those MC-80s kind of are actually right at a similar size, so I think it'd be pretty interesting. If you'd like to see a battle of this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, goodbye.